Western Carolina, first start with them. I thought I'd give them credit. Well coached. We saw that. We saw that they're on the road. All the tough games that they've played. Their RPI is pretty good. So we knew they're a good team for a variety of reasons. They've got experience. They got a coach that's won 600,000 games. So they know what to do. They run good stuff, and so give them credit. They battled, and now to us, I thought we could have played better, but we did down the stretch. We haven't had really any close games since the Purdue game, so maybe that was a good thing to go through. And we made the plays, and we looked like a different team the last 4 minutes. I think maybe just hitting one shot, one jump shot, 1 3 might have gotten us going to some degree. And I think we're pressing a little bit, just not hitting shots. And that's a concern of ours. I think sometimes it affects that we're not hitting shots. How we're gonna do other things, and it's something we've addressed before, and hopefully continue to improve in that area. But made free throws, executed offensively down the stretch. And got good play from our bench and Sheldon this time, and Ryan was good for us. Alonzo did some good things, and Chris obviously hit the big 3. So that's some good things. Not our best performance, but you look at the stats, we shot 50%. Rebounding, I wish would have been better. We're plus 10. The one thing that's concerned me, too many turnovers last game. A lot of them came at the end of the game with the big lead, but too many tonight. And we talked about what they would do. Playing passing lanes, gambling, switching out, and the 1-3-1, and we didn't handle it as well as I had hoped.
Down 7, 5 minutes left. Did you notice anything that turned the game in your favor in those last 5 minutes?
I think just really the shot. I mean, just hitting one jump shot. Maybe Sheldon's was before Chris's, I think, if I have it correct. And it just seemed like we were pressing because we didn't hit one. I think we'd hit Jamel. We'd hit 1 for 12 from 3 till that point. And again, it's something it concerns me about our team. But that was, I think, just kind of took the lid off the basket and got us going. And they spread you out, long shots, long rebounds, and they seem to be coming up with more. They seem to come up with more loose balls that turn into 3-point plays and ones or open threes throughout the entire game. Even at the end, they had a deflection going the other way, and then they end up getting a foul and one. Damon gets the foul. I mean, just he did everything right. The ball bounces to the guy underneath the basket. So they seem to have a few of those that we didn't come up with. And that's I don't know what to attribute that to.
Do you think today, in terms of three-point shooting, do you think it's sort of just shots not falling, or do you think shot selection?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was. I certainly don't think it was shot selection for the most part. Maybe 1 or 2, but I mean, we shot 50%. I mean, you go 1 for 12. I mean, for that stretch there. So it's. Missed 24 shots, 11 of them were threes, and pretty much were all pretty wide open. So did some good things, executed out of some timeouts, ran the play. We called the play after the rebound and got a dunk and one out of it. So we executed some things pretty well. We got Jamel in the right spot against the zone, and obviously he was good in it. So some good stuff there. It didn't flow. I mean, it wasn't our best game, and so we can nitpick and. But as I said, we won't be feeling like we're invincible going over Christmas break. We've got some work to do.
You mentioned this a little bit, but how big was it to have Sheldon come in off the bench, provide a little bit of a spark, hit some shots?
Well, he's big. He's streaky, and he's going to go on a run every game or so, every other game. I mean, he's just going to make some shots, and we're trying to get him, to get not rely on jump shots, get more layups, get more offensive rebounds, and because he can do so many things, and so, but he got the rebounds, he got the points. He was big, and he's one of our. He may be coming off the bench, but he's like a 5th guy. He's you can call him what you will, but we're gonna get plenty of him. He's we look at probably one of our 5 leading scorers, guys that we run play, and he gets in, we're running plays for him. We're trying to get him shots.
Coach, have you done any more emphasis on free throw shootings? It just seems like this year is like one of your best free throw shooting teams in a while.
Yeah, it started 4 years ago. We recruited better shooters, and usually it just works out that way. But we're doing a little bit thing different. I mean, there's run, but I just, just look at it. Man, we went into this year thinking we're going to have better free throw shooters, but right now we're shooting at a remarkable rate, and it's good to see. But I thought we did a great job getting subbing in, offense, defense, and then the right guys getting the ball at the end of the game, shooting the free throws too. So that's important. We have big guys that make free throws, and I think we're a team that always plays inside out. and oftentimes you don't have big guys who make free throws. Well, with Sheldon and Ryan makes free throws. Obviously, Mike makes free throws. We're going to be a good free throw shooting team. When you have big guys who make free throws, that really adds to it because oftentimes they're the guys that are shooting the free throws.
You had when they made their 22-7 run, they put that number one, that little point guard that was a little quicker or something. It seemed like it changed the speed of their offense a little bit. That you guys have to adjust. I mean, that was. I think he scored the three, then he got the drive, he got the drive and the kick. Did you have to adjust a little bit to his speed?
Well, I mean, we knew he was a big threat, and we knew he was one of their leading scorers. So he may be a guy that comes off the bench, but he was a double-digit scorer. So their best team was him. We always thought was him being on the floor, and then they go a little bit smaller. And I think that team had a little bit more. Success against us, but it really came down to those guys making shots. I mean, he made some plays, and Harrelson throughout. I mean, Harrelson, we had breakdowns, and he took advantage of them. You know, I mean, the rebound, the switch at the end. We didn't do things to where we needed to be. We were not as sound as we have been in recent games defensively.
To that point, is this something that could be good for you from a coach's change standpoint?
I mean, we're showing, we show positives. We teach through positives too and good plays too. So the guys show those and you can get that, and this is how we do it. But we talked about we've got to do some things better. The turnovers are too high right now. And of course we're talking about leading the country in rebounding at 351 at a turnovers, low turnovers. So I mean the bar is high. We're trying to be best at a 351, but we've got to do some things in that area. But we didn't come up with the loose balls. Even though we out rebounded by 10, it just didn't seem like we got the deflections and didn't come up with it. And I think tend to be some leaking out, going to getting to the offensive end, and rather than getting the possession first.
Maybe when you have a guy like Jamel down the stretch for this kind of scenario, do you almost, I don't want to say really just throw out the playbook, but kind of just, when he's in that much of a zone, just kind of, let it adapt to his versatility?
Well, I mean, again, as you see, it was a zone most of the possessions were zone, and we kind of put him in that spot where he's going to be effective in that zone. So I don't know if we're throwing out the playbook, but he's going to make passes. He's going to make the right play for the most part, and he's got great, mid-range. He can put it on the floor to some at times. A good free throw shooter. So it's the way they were playing. We knew that he needed to get the touches at the right spot. So sometimes you just gotta you just put him there, and we got to get our other guys. You got to hit a three or two. Like I said, I think the Chris hitting the three, and then Sheldon that mid-range jump shot, that was against the zone too. It seemed like it just kind of loosened us up to some degree.
I know it's a week away, but we're not going to see you for then. I mean, you start with your ACC schedule next week with Syracuse. Are you kind of do you like sort of bridging over and going into the ACC? I mean, do you feel like you guys are ready for that now?
Well, it's obviously it's with this. There's two ACC games in December. We're one of them. That big promotion, big night for ACC basketball. Starting it out. That's the promotion for the conference now and ESPN. So it's. We got 3 days now where we're not doing anything, and then 3 days to practice. So it's it's a little different, but I'm sure they're in the same situation as well. And I feel it's like I said, it's obviously after the last we haven't had a close game in a while. To play this game, good or bad, we certainly know we got some work to do. So we're ready. We're ready. We'll be ready. This team's fun to coach. They're fun to be around. They're unselfish. They've done great in the classroom. They got their grades. Today they've done very well. They're reaching all the goals academically. So I told them as early, and I said I've really enjoyed coaching this group. We're having a lot of fun. We've really improved. We've really progressed. And I don't know if you guys want to stay around for 3 days. We can get a couple practices in, but they didn't want to go for that.
Have you observed at all the ACC? Do you have any impressions on teams out there? Do you have any really, do you feel like was supposed to be, which is a really
Yeah.
competitive, strong league by the end of this?
Yeah, I think I think everybody talked about it being the best league when they all put it all together. And I don't know that we were there for that first year too, but I said eventually, well, I think we're getting to that point, and I think the teams have proven it this third of the season, I guess you could say. And I think we're going to see some remarkable runs and teams and matchups, and it's all what we signed up to be. There's so many good teams. It's so there's going to be somebody that's picked, down at the bottom that's really good, and somebody's going to pick middle of the pack. I mean, there's just too many good teams in this conference, and there's clearly a large, 10, 12, NCAA. Doesn't mean they're going to have the resume to do the things necessary, but teams good enough to get that all get things done to do it.
Is it gonna be a little odd not seeing Jim Boeheim on the next Wednesday? Or does that comes into your preparation at all?
Yeah, I hadn't thought of. Yeah, I guess it will be. I mean, I'm good friends with Coach Boeheim, obviously, but good friends with Coach Hopkins too. So I'm sure Coach Hopkins and I will joke a little bit before the game and saying we've been friends for a long time. We both from the same area in California, and so I think it'll be interesting. But once we start going, it'll be time to play. All right.
Obviously, we'd like to win every game by 20 points, but is there
Yeah.
something about the crazy things that can happen at the end of a close game that
Yeah.
you can't replicate in practice?
Yeah, there's some. We do 4-minute drill every day. We play 4-minute game every day, and you put different situations in and different in times. But yeah, you got to go make free throws with on the line. I think we made 12 in a row. They said down the stretch. Yeah, it was good. I mean, I wouldn't have liked to have been in that situation. I preferred being in the games that we've had in the last 5 or 6 games where we've won by had double digits and 20, 30-point leads, but we didn't do it. But we got it together, and like I said, it just seemed like that one jump shot, Sheldon's it seemed like we just started doing things a little better after that.